Hello everybody, Accureye here, and welcome to another Accureye Talks video. So, in today's Talks video, I thought we'd talk about, skill, and what I've been noticing with the FGC, and that's, is the FGC still pretty skilled? Does it still have skilled players? Or, is the FGC more becoming a non-skilled button-mashing player base? Now, for those of you who don't know, the FGC is the fighting game community. I know that some people will use the FGC tag, thinking it means feel good vibes or whatever, or feel good community, or feel good, or whatever I guess you want to make it out to be. But, I think most people misinterpret the FGC or fighting game community as a positivity tag. If you could say so. But with that being said, is the FGC still skilled? Is it still filled with skilled players? Does it have any actual skilled players? And my personal thoughts on that is that honestly, I don't really see the skilled players as I used to. I feel that in many ways, the player base for the FGC or the fighting game community is starting to become less skilled, or at least doesn't have as much skill as they, as they used to. It feels a lot more like, like it's just a, okay, let's just button mash and see, how much we can, mess with, or, or just, in general, if we could just, see how much we can, just, mess around with, because, obviously, it is just something that I feel is, is the case. And, in many ways, I think that the FGC is a not very skilled community. It is becoming less and less overall skilled, and less overall, overall just fixed around, learning the skills and moves and whatever, personally though, that's just my my thoughts on the process, and my of course, overall just seeing what I've seen, I guess you could say. And I mean, overall, that's just the way I feel about the FGC these days, is that, in general, it's not like, it's not like there are, more or less, skilled players. Like, most people, you see them online and going online these days, and mostly it's just they're going online just so that they can, get into the game immediately. Get into the game as soon as possible. In my opinion, it's like that's the reason why you see a lot of FGC players, end up just, not being very skilled, not very good. And, in my personal opinion, it's that moral of wanting to get online as soon as you can that ends up making it to where everyone is not very skilled, and a lot of people, you will see them go for the same move, do the same thing over and over again, rather than trying to learn new moves, trying to learn something different. And I feel that this is something that the FGC just doesn't, have in it, is a skewer of players who are now kind of getting into the game and trying to, learn the combos, learn the overall fighting style. Learn what they can about their characters and be comfortable with their characters. And I want to go over, at least to a degree, a set of learning how to combo, learning how to set up combos, and even to some degree, maybe even going into a point of learning how to actually be good at a title. Whether it's fighting game community related, or even just something as simple as even something just as simple as being better. Because obviously, that is something that I've seen, is that overall, the skilled amount of players that I've had are minimalistic. Like, you look at the games that I've played for skilled players. Soul Calibur 6, Injustice 2, Street Fighter. All of those games, they have minimalistic players who are actually really skilled. Who are actually not going to kind of go like, oh well, if I can do this, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna just kind of wreck house with it, if I can do that, then I'm gonna just do that, and I'm gonna wreck house with it, And I think that's one thing that I've seen that to me, makes it to where the skill is just not there. It's just not overall in par or on par with what is going on, And it's unfortunate that we are, coming to a day and age where the FGC relies so much on of course being just a button mash, player or play base, over actually having some skill and actual ability. But I mean, that's just my personal opinion, my personal thoughts, my personal overall look and view of the fighting game community as it stands today. I hope that the FGC does gain a better overall, player base. I hope that the FGC does start to get skilled players again. But, I mean, one can only hope at the moment. At this point, I was just looking for an online match for anyone here, because I wanted to see if KOF had any actual online players. I could not find a player for diddly squat, everybody. But yeah, anyway, that's just my thoughts and my overall view and look of the fighting game community as a whole. And hopefully, this has helped you understand that I'm looking and I'm hoping that the fighting game community does start gaining players who have skill again, players who spend hours, if not weeks of practicing and just in general, getting better. But I mean, until that moment happens, well, I mean, I guess the point is, and the question is, what are you gonna do? What the heck are we gonna do? Because, because, at the moment, unfortunately, it is going to end up still being a point where, where I think, the game is still, the game and the people who are on it are still going to be, just like one-trick ponies. And I think that's the one thing about this game, is that the age of the one-trick pony is starting to become a thing. And I think the age of the one-trick pony is starting to become a normal thing you will see. But anyway, with that being said, thank you everyone for joining me on this sale. If you like the sale, you know what to do. Hit the like button, get subscribed, hit the bell notification, because I know you want to know when my next sale drops next. Thank you everybody for joining me on this sale. I am live on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/Accureye. I am live on, I'm live for sure on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, for about 4 to 5 hours. I am still making it a reality for me to do a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and potentially Sunday stream. Potentially on Monday, Tuesday, and Sunday will be 2 to 3 hours. But with that being said, thank you everybody for joining me on this video. And if you like this video, you know what to do. I already told you, but until the next one, everybody. This is Accureye signing out and saying farewell, everyone.